Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Tiffany, and today we are starting a new series of the month, the Academy Awards in April. So, the classic film we are watching today was awarded Best Motion Picture at the 33rd Annual Academy Awards, and that was in 1961. Today we are watching Billy Wilder's 1960 film, The Apartment. And I'm so excited to watch this. It was highly recommended in the comments, so to all of you who recommended it, thank you so much. So let's get into some of the film's background. Okay, so this film was, as I said, released in 1960, directed, produced, and co-written by Billy Wilder, starring Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred MacMurray. A quick synopsis on the film, it says, insurance worker C.C. Baxter, played by Jack Lemmon, lends his Upper West Side apartment to company bosses to use for extramarital affairs. Ooh. When his manager, Mr. Sheldrake, played by Fred MacMurray, begins using Baxter's apartment in exchange for promoting him, Baxter is disappointed to learn that Sheldrake's mistress is Fran Kubelik? Fran Kubelik. I don't know how you say it. Played by Shirley MacLaine, the elevator girl at work whom Baxter is interested in himself. Soon, Baxter must decide between the girl he loves and the advancement of his career. Yeah, sounds very interesting for a classic film. I'm very excited to dive into this. So at this point, we are going to go into some historical background. As always, if you want to jump right into the film reaction, go for it. But for those of you who want to stay, we are going to get right into it. All right, so this film came out right at the tail end of Hollywood's classic era. And during this time, a lot of the production codes and strict censorships were starting to loosen in Hollywood, which gave artists so much more creative freedom. So this movie came out right around that time. Now, talking about the movie itself, after watching David Lean's Brief Encounter, which we have seen on this channel, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It is a great movie, by the way. After watching David Lean's Brief Encounter, Billy Wilder really noticed a certain character in the film that was originally not noticed by the audience. For those of you who have seen the video, you guys might remember Stephen! Yeah, so Wilder was really fascinated by the plight of Stephen's character, and he kind of wanted to explore that more and just kind of what his character deals with in that film, and that's why it kind of inspired this film. Okay, so The Apartment was a film that was honored at the, like I said, the 33rd Annual Academy Awards in 1961, and it was actually nominated for 10 Oscars, winning 5, including the Best Motion Picture, Directing, Writing, Film Editing, and Art Direction for Black and White films. And then it was nominated for Actor in a Supporting Role, Best Actor, Cinematography for Black and White Films, Sound, and Best Actress. So this movie was actually the last black and white film to win Best Motion Picture for the next 51 years. And then the next black and white film to win Best Picture was The Artist. Now, some people like to debate that Schindler's List was another black and white film, but I looked a little bit into it, and Schindler's List does utilize some color in some of their scenes in the movie, so that's why it's not like technically considered full black and white film. And then one other really cool fact, so Billy Wilder actually accepted his award from Audrey Hepburn, and I just thought that was so cool because, like, how awesome would it have been to not only win Best Motion Picture, but then to accept your Oscar from Audrey freaking Hepburn. Like, that is so awesome. But I just wanted to include that because I thought that was really cool. So yeah, so this did really well at the Oscars, obviously, and that is why we were watching it today. Super excited. But before we do, y'all already know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, it is time to get your snacks, get your drinks, and let's get into The Apartment.
I work on the 19th floor, ordinary policy department, premium accounting division.
Look at this shot. It looks like a deep focus shot. I just love it. I love the way that they decided to shoot that. Very interesting.
The hours in our department are 8:50 to 5:20. As for myself, I very often stay on at the office and work for an extra hour or two. You see, I have this little problem with my apartment.
In a weird way, I know we just started this, but I feel like there's a modern, I feel like I always talk about this in movies. But truly, the movies in the 60s feel so modern. They feel so familiar to what we kind of see nowadays versus something you'd watch in like the 40s. And I don't know if that's because of like the codes loosening or just because artistic visions were changing as well. I mean, the 60s was like the decade of change, right? Like we're one of them. I've said this before, but it's so reminiscent of the decade that it was created in, because you just feel like there's a change on screen versus what you used to see in the 40s where it felt very much like a production. This one feels like you're actually planted more in real life, you know? And I think that's just a product of its decade.
Why'd all you dames have to live in the Bronx?
You mean you bring other girls up here?
Certainly not. I'm a happily married man.
It's so strange to see this, knowing that we were coming out of a time when this was like, it was promiscuous. It was thought to be so taboo. Because remember, this was almost 20 years later, but Brief Encounter was considered like risky. Like people were banning that movie. I absolutely love this score. Oh, and did he just eat? He just ate. Oh my God. Poor guy, and he has to clean up their mess. Oh man.
Sorry to bother you, buddy boy, but the little lady forgot her galoshes. Oh, and whatever happened to those little cheese crackers you used to have around?
Like he's hosting a party and he's not even invited to it. That's hilarious.
We proudly present Greta Garbo, John Barrymore in Grand Hotel.
So this movie is the only Best Motion Picture award-winning film that actually gave credit to some of the older Best Motion Picture films, and one of them is Grand Hotel, which you guys have been commenting about and you've been recommending. I've been looking for it and I really want to watch it this month. I just thought that it was really cool that Billy Wilder decided to kind of pay homage to some of the older classic films, because like I said, like I always say, these definitely need a voice, and so just to be able to kind of see it in like a newer movie at the time probably would have been so cool, personally for me.
But first, a word from our sponsor. If you smoke the modern way, don't be fooled by phony filter claims.
And this is also kind of talking about what's happened to movies during the 50s and 60s. With the introduction of television, that's when big studios and movies started to kind of see a decline in movies, because at that point you could watch a film or watch a TV show in the comfort of your own home versus, having to pay for a movie and also the snacks and all that stuff. So I think this is also kind of showing the influence of television on the film industry. So I think that's cool that he also decided to depict this.
Listen, kid, I can't pass this up. She looks like Marilyn Monroe.
I love this theme of infidelity and how it's depicted in this film. It's not like super sexual, there's still an aspect of conservatism to it, but it definitely feels different than what it felt like in the 40s.
Yes, Mr. Dobish.
Oh, anything you say, Mr.
Like he didn't know what he was signing up for,
Trouble at all, Mr.
Jack Lemmon is I really like him in this role so far. He's like funny. There's like a comedic aspect to him, but it's not like too much, I like it.
Are you sure this is such a good idea?
Can't think of a better one.
I mean, barging in on your mother in the middle of the night.
Don't worry about the old lady. One squawk from her and she's out of a job.
We get to see what Steven's character from Brief Encounter might have been going through and kind of get more of a look on this situation and the effect on him or his character, his type of character. Very interesting way to tell this story, and so cool that we kind of get an insight on what the person's, how they might have felt during all of this. I think Billy Wilder already, I'm not even we're only 15 minutes into the movie and I'm already I really love the way he conveyed this story and how we kind of get to see more of the scenario's effect on a character, or on CC Baxter, but, Steven's type character. I also like that Billy Wilder, what he did, or in writing, he made it where we kind of waltzed into CC Baxter's life instead of giving us a scene where he has already said, oh yeah, you can just use my apartment. And then we saw it kind of develop that way. I kind of like how Wilder just kind of put us right into the story. Like there was no, we didn't get that scene of him saying, yeah, I have an apartment. It's like 2 minutes from work. You could just use my apartment. I like how he just dropped us right in, because it really does feel like it's almost endless, we don't know when it started and we don't really know when it's going to end. And we kind of feel that same thing that CC Baxter's feeling, like, is this going to keep happening? When are they going to stop? Is it going to let up? Or, once I do get that promotion, what's going to happen next, And I like that he did that, because we kind of empathize with Baxter's character more so.
And watch your hands, Mr. Kirkby.
I beg your pardon?
One of these days, I'm going to shut these doors on you and... 20 next.
I love Shirley MacLaine. Oh my gosh. She's such a fantastic actress and so multifaceted. She can do it all, really. Super versatile. She's funny, but then she also is like, has aspects of her personality where she's very strong, and it's very apparent in her characters that she chooses to play. I absolutely love her, and I'm excited to see her in this film. Already loving her through that scene. You can tell she's just so natural on screen. I absolutely love Shirley MacLaine. She's phenomenal. One of my idols, 100%.
I'm sorry about that mess on the living room wall.
It's not Picasso I'm calling about. It's the key to my apartment. You're supposed to leave it under the mat.
Poor guy. I mean, he's saying yes to it, but I don't think he realized how much of an advantage they would take on him.
But I am sick. I got a terrible cold and a fever, and I got to go to bed right after work.
Okay, you made your point. We'll just have to do it next Wednesday.
Poor guy. Dang, so all the executives no. And so now they're just expecting him to be able to come through, regardless of, the fact that he has a cold, or the fact that he might just want to be in his apartment and wind down after work. Like, who doesn't want to do that? It just makes me so sad. My place of living is my sanctuary. And anyone who comes in and tries to disrupt that is like immediately my arch enemy.
Wednesday is out. Oh, that throws a little monkey wrench into my agenda. Thursday? No, I'm all tied up on Thursday.
Wow, so this is like a job in and of itself. Wow, this is so crazy.
Hey, Baxter, that was personnel. They want you upstairs.
I hope everything goes all right.
How do I look?
Fine. Wait.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God, what a cute little love story.
There's a certain key floating around this office. It's the key to a certain apartment. And you know who that apartment belongs to? Loyal, resourceful, cooperative C.C. Baxter.
I'm noticing through this film in the 60s, their voices are different. Like the inflection of their voice sounds more conducive to what we kind of hear today. It still has like a 60s flair to it, but it is quite different from the transatlantic 40s accent or like the twang that we hear in the movies from the 40s. I just like that you get that kind of shift, because again, it's like you're watching a piece of history. And at this point, this is when movies started to shift out of the Hays Code, very polished, clean film, to the more artistic, progressive film. And it's evident even in their voices. And I like that.
I'm not just giving these tickets. I want to swap them.
Swap for what?
For your apartment, babe. He wants your apartment, hun. I love the symmetry in the cinematography. He's gonna take the time to ask her out. I really love his character. Like, I don't know, the way that Jack Lemmon is playing him, there's a charmingness in his character that I really appreciate. And I kind of do like the naivety of his character, though I don't like the fact that he's being taken advantage of. He just plays that really well, and it works for him, and it makes him sort of a lovable character, a character that you really want to, empathize with and feel for. And I just think that he's a really talented actor.
Look, have you seen The Music Man?
No.
Would you like to?
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm meeting somebody.
Like a girlfriend?
No, like a man.
I love that as a female character, at least in this film, especially in the 1960s, she's being shown as like an actual human being, and what like not like this squeaky clean, pure, innocent female character. And it's almost like the roles a little bit are reversed, right? Because Cece Baxter has more of that innocence, more of that naivety. I'm really loving these characters so far. They're so well written and so well conveyed by the actors.
What time does the show go on?
8:30.
Well, I could meet you at the theater if that's all right.
Oh, he likes her.
Try kidding yourself that you're going with an unmarried man. Then one day he keeps looking at his watch and asks you if there's any lipstick showing. And it all begins to look so ugly.
I love her dialogue. She reminds me of Emma Thompson's character in Love Actually, and that scene when she's in the room listening to Joni Mitchell. I've looked at love from both sides now. And she's making the bed and she's letting herself feel all of her feelings, and then she just like shifts once she goes back out to the room with her kids and her husband. That for me, when I watched that scene, I had goosebumps. I'm like, oh my God. And I feel that exact same feeling watching Shirley MacLaine going through that feeling of like, I'm not going to let him see me bleed type deal. And I love that. I love how she's conveying this character. She's not the squeaky clean innocent female character, but again, she's not malicious, and it's not like she was trying to be involved with a married man. It just kind of happened, and then feelings started developing. She by far is one of my favorite characters that I've seen on this channel.
Can't we go someplace?
If he tells her that he's divorcing his wife, I'm going to scream.
We talked about a lot of things.
I mean about my getting a divorce.
I freaking knew it. Why did he get married then? If he was... I'm sorry. I can't have this conversation. But like...
The mirror is broken. It was broken when I found it.
Dang, this is a hoppin' party. Is that a keg? Wow, for an insurance company, they really know how to get down. All these couples kissing.
Tim. Oh, what a salesman. Always the last booth in the Chinese restaurant and the same pitch about divorcing his wife.
Oh my God, so he's used this before on other women. Of course, because why? Why? You know, why would he have divorced his wife? If he didn't already divorce his wife, he's not going to divorce his wife for... I don't know how to feel about that one. Ew, get out of my office, bro.
Do you mind?
But interesting how he can tell that couple to get out of his office, but he can't tell the other couples to get out of his apartment. Very interesting. I wonder if that was intentional.
I thought maybe I'd put in a word for you. With Mr. Sheldrake, get you a little promotion. How would you like to be an elevator starter?
I'm afraid there are too many girls around here with seniority over me.
Love the double entendre of that dialogue. So this film, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but it was in my notes. This film is still technically classified under classic Hollywood, but it was like the end of the golden era. Even though this is in the classic Hollywood era, we are getting to see the shift from, you know, Hays Code era to post Hays Code era, and just all of the artistry that is now becoming more acceptable in mainstream cinema.
You don't think it's tilted a little too much? I mean, after all, this is a conservative firm. I don't want people to think I'm an entertainer.
It's the mirror. He's gonna realize that it's her that Sheldrake was fooling around with.
The mirror, it's broken.
I like it that way. Makes me look the way I feel.
Ooh! I like it that way. It makes me look the way I feel. Oh my God. That's solid. The dramatic irony has been reached. He's so sad. It makes me sad. I'm also noticing that editing is becoming a lot smoother. I remember distinctly in the 7 Brides for 7 Brothers video, I didn't say anything, but I noticed that the editing, like you could see where they edited. It was like a very, like even the fade twos were a little more rigid. In this film, it's a lot smoother. The editing is a lot smoother. And I really like that. Again, all of it is just showing us how much film has changed up to this point. And it's very evident, and it is very different from a film you'd see in the 30s or 40s. And I really like that a lot.
I think I would have learned by now. When you're in love with a married man, you shouldn't wear mascara.
Okay, her dialogue, and the way she's saying it, she is a queen. I love her character. And she's so quotable. It works. Her dialogue is beautiful.
Oh, I have a present for you. I didn't quite know what to get you. Besides, it's kind of awkward for me shopping, so here's $100. You go and buy yourself something, huh?
You're giving her money? Like she's some sort of prostitute? I would break up with him right then and there.
Look, Fran, I didn't realize it was so late. It's 6:45. I mustn't miss my train.
I can't believe he gave her money. She does not deserve to be treated like this at all. Yeah, a lot of the scenes that I'm noticing in this film, I can definitely tell are inspired by scenes from Brief Encounter, because her putting the record on reminds me of when Celia, or her name is Celia. What's her name in the thing? When Celia Johnson's character puts the record on and sits down and is realizing the gravity of everything that's just happened to her in the past 6 weeks. There's a similarity here in this scene where we see Fran really putting on this record and understanding the full gravity of what's going on with her. Oh, is she gonna try and kill herself?
I'm here because you took too many sleeping pills.
I feel like obviously this is like a romantic comedy, but that was a really dramatic scene. Like, she was like, she had every intention to kill herself. So yeah, I really, that was a very intense scene.
Maybe you'd like to be here. Hope when she wakes up.
Well, that's impossible. You'll have to handle the situation yourself, Baxter.
I mean, if that didn't tell us that he is not in love with this girl, I don't know what will. I mean, it's just a cycle. He doesn't love her. If he loved her, he'd be there by her side. But clearly he doesn't. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, he's taking out the razors just in case. Yep. Wow, this film really deals with some dark themes.
I was just talking to him on the phone. He's very concerned about you.
He doesn't give a damn about me.
You're wrong. He told me.
He's a liar. The worst part is I still love him.
This is 1960, right? And so Technicolor has been used thus far in more films than what it was used in the 30s. I wonder if it was Wilder's decision, him and his cinematographer, if they made this film in black and white on purpose, like to convey the themes better, just like Brief Encounter, or if it was just a product of its time and it was just easier to shoot in black and white. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know.
Was he very upset when you told him?
Mr. Sheldrake? Yeah, very.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe he does love me, only he doesn't have the nerve to tell his wife.
He doesn't. Absolutely not. I would have ripped that Band-Aid right off. I swear, the nerve. Like, he's not even asking him at this point. I mean, I get it, he was probably scheduled in, right? But...
Well, I don't blame you. So you hit the jackpot, eh, kid? I mean, cubic-wise. Now, don't worry. I won't say a word to anybody.
Get out. Get out.
Stay with it, buddy boy.
Go Cece. I love that he was like, no, you need to get out of my apartment. Growing a backbone.
Please, Miss Kubelik, you gotta promise me you won't do anything foolish.
Who'd care?
I would.
Why can't I ever fall in love with somebody nice like you?
I did want to say that I really do like Cece and Fran's chemistry. It feels innocent and sweet.
Why did you do it, Fran? It's so childish.
You don't even love her. What are you talking about?
Hello, Mrs. Sheldrake. This is Miss Olson. Fine, thank you. Mrs. Sheldrake, I was wondering if we could have lunch together.
She's about to spill the beans. She's about to spill the tea, boo-boo.
You all right?
Sure.
Hey, what are you doing with that?
Well, I was washing my stockings, so I thought I might as well wash your socks, too.
Oh.
Thank you.
I feel like they're definitely becoming my favorite couple on this that I've seen so far in these films, just because their relationship feels so realistic. It doesn't feel like I'm watching a movie couple. The chemistry between these two characters is 100%. I absolutely love their character dynamic. Like, wow. Yes, I'm here for this couple. 100%.
My name is Carl Matushka. My sister-in-law, she runs one of the elevators here. Fran Kubelik. Fran hasn't been home for the past 2 days.
That's so. Can we help the man?
We don't owe Buddy Boy anything.
They're such they're butt faces. That's what they are. Butt faces.
You know what we're gonna do after dinner?
The dishes.
I mean, after that.
What?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh, I don't.
We're gonna finish the gin game.
Oh.
Yeah, so keep a clear head.
She thought he meant something else.
Huh? Baxter? Yes.
Oh my god. He's in love. He's so cute.
Mr. Sheldrake, I've got good news for you. I'm gonna take Miss Kubelik off your hands. The fact is, I love her.
He's like, I love her. That's so romantic. I love it.
I know how worried you were about Miss Kubelik. Well, stop worrying. I'm going to take her off your hands.
What? Baxter, you need to fight for your woman. Fight for her, Baxter.
Well, to tell you the truth, I had this heavy date for tonight.
Good night, Mr. Baxter.
Good night.
And it wasn't even... He was totally lying about the date. He's totally in love with her. Oh my goodness.
The only thing is, Baxter, I'm staying at the athletic club and it's strictly stag, so if you don't mind.
Are you serious? I would quit. No.
What's gotten into you, Baxter?
Just following doctor's orders.
Now hold on, Baxter.
Save it. The old payola won't work anymore.
Yes, Cece. He hath grown a backbone. Oh.
Said I couldn't bring anybody to the apartment, especially not Miss Kubelik.
I feel like when the lights come up, she's gonna be gone.
Fran?
Told you, boo-boo. I told you. She gone. Oh my gosh, what a great movie.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Oh, where's the champagne? Oh my god.
I love you, Miss Kubelik. I absolutely adore you.
Shut up and deal.
Oh yes, I thoroughly enjoyed that film. Thank you to all of you who recommended it. Gosh, where to start? I felt the biggest thing I wanted to tell you guys, two things. So one thing, what this film does that I have not seen in one of these films up to this point is that it really, it ties up all the loose ends. There's no questions at the end where you're kind of left guessing, ooh, do they get together? Do they not get together? You know, what happens between Fran and Sheldrake? It's all there for you. You get it. And I haven't seen it done in a classic Hollywood film quite like that before. And then the other thing that I've been saying throughout this video is this film felt so modern, even though it was, you know, a classic Hollywood era film. It felt like this was the beginning of some of the rom-coms that we see now. It felt very reminiscent of a rom-com that you'd see in the 1990s, you know? So I really appreciated that. It felt like I was watching a modern rom-com, but it was from the 60s. So it's so interesting, just the way that Wilder told this story, but then also his choice of actors, the way that they conveyed their characters. I absolutely loved Shirley MacLaine in the role of Fran Kubelik. Like, she killed it. Absolutely killed it. And then Jack Lemmon, like, what they brought to their characters was so natural and so real, and I felt like I could absolutely empathize with, you know, their situation. Just all together, it was such a great film. Again, as I've said, thank you so much to all of you who recommended it. I really loved it. I'm definitely going to give it a 10. Super, super good film. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, everybody, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, everybody. So before I announce next video's film, I have a few announcements. So I told you guys originally that I was going to be posting on Wednesday and Saturdays, but I'm noticing that that is just not going to be happening. So instead of making the hard Wednesday and Saturday dates, just so I'm not like promising you guys something and not delivering, I'm just gonna let you guys know that instead of Wednesday and Saturday, it's just gonna be posting twice a week. I really wanted to tell you guys that. And it's gonna still come out around the Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Sunday time frame. Thank you guys so much for being patient. You guys are actually the best viewers and subscribers and commenters I've had. So thank you guys so much. You guys rock. And then one other announcement. I want you guys just to make sure to check out the discussion tab, because I do post on that tab again, just any changes that come during the week. And hopefully when we reach 1,000 subscribers, which I'm excited for. So those of you who haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hopefully I'll be getting the community tab, and that's where I can like post and you guys can see my posts. But we are not quite there yet. We are almost there, almost. But yeah, just check that discussion tab out for any changes or any updates during the week. So next video, we are going to be taking it back to 1946 with the best years of our lives. I am so excited to watch this, y'all. To all of you who have recommended it, thank you so much. As always, please be sure to check out the best years of our lives and then come back with all of your movie facts, and we are going to talk about it in the comments. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, to all the viewers, to all the commenters. You guys, like I said, absolutely rock. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much. Please stay safe and healthy, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye, everybody.